All those who were present are agitated, even the greatest of them, at the thought of passing into the eye of Napoleon, as said, a marshal of the empire, on Sunday in some great gallery where we are waiting. As soon as we hear the word, the emperor, we all turn pale, and I'm acquainted with men of known bravery who tremble in all their limbs. Everyone dreams that for a moment he will attract notice. There is one who has a volume under his arm, which he will offer if he is asked. Another is a man who keeps in the background, for he wishes to see whether he has really incurred this favor, or if he will be recognized. One word may fall from the lips of the emperor, one name which he may pronounce, and the trouble will be forgotten, and it will be all an equal joy and pride which will last for the whole day. Napoleon advances, sometimes with abrupt and rapid steps, at others with a slouching gait, not, as they said, to imitate the Bourbons, but because slouching belongs to the position he holds, and as he says very rightly to Girardin, it results from the involuntary and forced embarrassment which a person experiences who finds himself in the position of the observed of all observers. With an air which attempts to be smiling, he darts glances to the right and left with penetrate to the very end of the gallery and catch the unknown face and personage to whom something is to be said. The useful and expected man, the sight of whom will suggest an idea which will associate itself with such and such previous design. In that case, he at once fastens on the man in 2 or 3 clear phrases to which he must have an immediate and short answer. His sucks and dry, takes a note of his capacity and stores it away in his memory. Perhaps it is a paper which is presented to him and which he hands over to the aide-de-camp or to the Grand Marshal, or a book which he perceives under an arm, which he takes. To right and to left are little bows or a word or two to the great functionaries whom he wishes to distinguish. How is Monsieur the Senator? Or how is Monsieur the Councillor of State? Rather the title of the office than the name of the person, for to the title the costume is a sure guide to him, while about the name he may make a mistake. Witness what happened to him with Napoleon, the member of the Institute, and this dialogue which, if it is not true, is at least well invented. Ah, you are Monsieur Ancillon. Yes, sire, Napoleon. Ah, yes, Napoleon. You have continued the Roman history of Lobin? Yes, sire, of Lobau. Yes, of Lobau. Down to the taking of Constantinople by the Arabs? Yes, sire, by the Turks. Of course, by the Turks in 1449? Yes, sire, in 1453. In 1453, yes, that's it. All which did not prevent the delighted Napoleon from saying to his neighbors, "It's incredible, he knows everything, he remembers everything, it's impossible to teach him anything." The desired effect then is produced. But if it happens that Napoleon goes astray when, to make himself agreeable without attaching any other importance to it, he makes an excursion into the domain of history, of literature, or pure science, there is no danger that he will make the mistake of a syllable when there is a question of his own affairs. If he perceives anyone present who has just arrived from the Ilian provinces, from Hamburg, or from Amsterdam, he extracts from him the 3 or 4 facts which he wants to know and passes on. The prefect, whom he has not summoned, is at his audience. Why? What is he doing in Paris? A clear answer, and if it is satisfactory, he passes on. In 2 words, that discharged officer tells his story and hands his petition. Frequently, he will make a tick on it and passes on. Justice will be done if some old soldier, some centenarian who has seen the old wars and survived to his generation, is recommended to the benevolence of the emperor. It is here that Napoleon orders it to be presented to him, as in the case of Vilcot, aged 102 years, whom he received in September 1806, and to whom, in addition to the 2,400 francs for his traveling expenses, he granted on the spot a pension of 600 francs. Let no one, thinking to make himself noticeable, clothe himself with a uniform which he is not entitled to wear, or which is not according to regulation. The next day, a letter from the Grand Marshal comes to remind the usurper that there are badges which a retired general has not the right to assume, and it is the emperor who has dictated this letter, for with one glance of his clear eyes he has seen everything seen. All those who were present remarked, those who were absent taking notice of the costumes, inspected the get-up, formed an opinion even about the looks of people. This Sunday audience, which keeps up the contact between him and the men whom he employs and his subjects of almost all degrees, is one of the few institutions of the Directory which has survived, and everyone, beginning with Napoleon, finds the advantage of it. He has passed through the gallery and the state apartments. He is less often stopped in them, for those whom he meets there are his intimates. And that is not the place to talk business. He goes into the state cabinet, a cabinet in which he never works, which is all show and luxury, which has no resemblance of any kind to the work cabinet or the inner apartment, into which no stranger ever penetrates, and which is strictly closed against every outsider. This state cabinet, which is also called the Emperor's Salon, and which was the state cabinet of Louis XIV, communicates with the throne room and has the means of access into the state bedchamber. It has preserved its ancient decoration in the Louis XIV style by L'Arambert and Girardon, and its paintings by Coypel, but Percier and Fontaine had made in it one of those chimney pieces which in their work are so remarkable for their style, their robust elegance, and if one may say so, their dignity. From the floor it mounts up to the ceiling, which is painted and gilt with a profusion of figures in stucco. Against the ceiling, quite at the top, 2 angels in high relief hold up the globe, and in the center, in a great bas relief supported by eagles and trophies, history and victory form the frame of a grandiose clock, the hours of which they have to announce. In this salon are arranged in trophies the flags and standards of the guard. It is its chief, and one may say its only ornament, for the decoration as it was originally designed has not been completed and never will be. At the time of which we speak, the furniture, with the exception of a handsome writing table, very much ornamented with brass, on which neither the emperor nor anyone else ever writes, and which is only there as a matter of form, comprises only 6 armchairs and 12 chairs, or folding seats of gilt wood covered with some sort of Gobelin tapestry. But this is only a temporary arrangement. As soon as the salon is to be decorated in a style worthy of its intention, in the walls will be inserted 4 panels representing occurrences in the life of the emperor. The patterns are completed and the tapestries are in the course of making. The furniture is to be purple in ground and a tapestry heightened with gold. David himself was given the design for one of the armchairs. Debray and Dubois, under his direction, have executed and painted the ornaments to bring the furniture to harmony with the door curtains already in place. The latter purple and ground with a border of ornaments and imperial attributes present. 1, victory. In the midst of a trophy of modern arms, the other, fame. In the midst of a trophy of ancient arms, the 4 door curtains intended to complete the decorations will exhibit within the same border and on the same ground. The first 2, the armorial bearings of France and Italy. The other 2, symbolical figures supported by appropriate trophies. In one case of the arts and sciences, in the other of industry and commerce. At the windows will be placed hangings of Gobelin's tapestry of the same tone and with ornaments of the same style. Nothing more. Knowing for whom they are working, the artists and workmen follow their own idea of magnificence.